of course, this has been receiver day for us with Jordan Taylor in the first hour, Cody Latimer in the second hour. And, Cody, we got you all hooked up.
What's up?
Your role is clear on special teams and on the offensive side of the ball. You made two terrific grabs the other day, one especially. People forget this. You actually got off to a pretty good start on offense, and you took an early 3-0 lead. There seemed to be a good feeling and a rhythm early in the game offensively. How do you get back to that and extend that good feeling throughout the course of a game? You played with Brock Osweiler in 2015. You saw him win games like this for your team,
Exactly.
particularly against the New England Patriots. How do you get back? Because I'll tell you, he looked like the Brock Osweiler of 2015 on that first series.
I mean, just preparation, game planning, doing things right in practice and, and executing the game. It all comes down to execute. The coach is going to put us in the right position and give us the right things, the right tools and everything to go out, fight and win this game. It's up to us to go out in the field and execute it. I think everybody's bought in. Like I said, it was an eye-opener, this season to, see that where we started. And I think everybody's, they got on the bus and, like, we got to do something different. I've talked to Brock, our special teams coach, and told him, like, it's time for us, be that dominant special teams we've been. You've came from, him coming from KC. That
right, they're always great.
Exactly. You know what it looks like, and we know what it looks like. We got to get everybody to buy in. So I'm like, it's time that we got to start scoring points. We got a great returner with Isaiah. We got to get some big plays for him to score points.
That was a big play, 43-yard punt return.
Exactly. And I was saying, like, we need to get turnovers, do things on special teams. Just a three-phase game.
Yes.
Special teams win games. People don't understand, but it really does. And I think it's time that we pick it up on that, and both all three phases.
You are unquestionably a special teams leader, and you've been around, of course, and you played offense, obviously, from the wide receiver position. But on special teams, your leadership role in your mind consists of doing and saying what?
It ain't really doing and saying. It's just some more action. I don't really speak much. I'm a quiet person, So all my things come from action. I like to go down and make plays and turn the game around. Help everybody just seize that and gets on board. I'm not, like I said, I'm more of an action person. I don't do too much talking.
But you got action done against New England in that game here 2 years ago. They fumbled a punt or muffed a punt in the fourth quarter. They were up 21-7. Game looked to be over. Special teams play got you back in. And, of course, it was a special teams play that made a big difference in the championship game when they missed an extra point.
Okay.
So, and they've got great special teams. There was a piece the other day with Belichick giving these long, expansive answers over the years on special teams. Answers much longer than he gives to any questions he's asked about offense or defense. When he talks about special teams, you can't stop him from talking about them. He loves to talk about them. So you know what you're up against in that respect. Does that get your juices flowing a little bit? Because they're really good. The head coach, one of the great coaches of all time, he started as a special teams coach in the NFL.
Exactly, and I think we got the juice going every week. But like you said, it's a good challenge for us. Last week they're the number 4 team. Special teams ranked. We were 30th. So, like I said, I think Rock's got it. Got that fire lit for us, and he's getting on guys now and getting us ready to go. So, I think you'll see a big difference this week on teams and overall.
We'll let you run on this, but you were a champion in 2015. Many champions in that locker room with the Broncos surround you. What has to change to get you back to where you were at that point, specifically when you felt, regardless of the situation, you were behind against New England, you won the game. You were behind against Cincinnati, you won the game. You win those two games, you get home field advantage. With a loss in either game, you don't have home field advantage. You found ways to win. How do you get back to that point? How do you bridge the gap? Because the players in many cases are the same. I know you're missing Ware, and I know you're missing Ward, and they were two great vocal leaders. But you talk about actions.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. But like you just said, though, we've been there before. We've been down before. Like I said, there's nothing, for a team to bounce back. We got to take it one game at a time. Like I said, like we spoke about earlier, this is the game, I think, to turn the things around. I mean, it's a big game. It's the Patriots, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we get the ball rolling with this win.
Well, those two catches the other day, I want to get back to that, and we'll let you go. You haven't had the opportunity, even this year because of your ankle injury, to play in more than 5 of the 8 games. You had caught, I think, 4 passes going into the game. You caught 2 the other day. You have a rapport with Brock
Hmm.
that goes back to your rookie season.
Right.
You seem to reignite some of that the other day. Can
Exactly.
we get 5 or 6 catches instead of just a couple out of that on Sunday night?
Hey, I don't really control that. I just catch balls and throw them to me, at the end of the day. But, I think coaches, do a good job. They're going to spread the ball around, make sure everybody eats. At the end of the day, it's not really how many catches I get. It's about getting a win. That doesn't matter to me. I can have, tackles or special teams. That's more important than getting some catches. So, like I said, it's all about the win for me. I don't need the stats. I'm not really worried about all that.
But you talk about spreading the ball around, and
Hmm.
that is big. And we know Demarius and Emmanuel are going to be targeted a lot.
Hmm.
But we saw Philadelphia missing its leading receiver, and it didn't seem to affect them. They just spread the ball around a little more the other
Exactly.
day. That seems to be, at least to my way of thinking, looking at it from the outside, exactly what you guys have to do
Yeah, and
on Sunday. Get more people involved in the
exactly.
passing game.
Exactly. But like I said, that's all up on the coaches that their game plan, and we go in tomorrow and we'll see what they have drawn up for us. And like I said, we just got to execute it. So I think they know what they're doing up there.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. That's Cody
Same here.
Latimer.